Welcome back. Data is the foundation for an analysis, but before you can analyze it, you need to know where to find it and how to collect it. In this lesson, we shall explore the common data sources and collection methods. This will help you to understand how to gather the data you need effectively and ethically. And by the end of the lesson, you will identify common sources of data used in analysis, including internal systems, external databases, and surveys. Understand various data collection methods, including manual entry, automated tools, and APIs. Recognize the strengths and limitations of different data sources and collection methods, and reflect on how to choose the most appropriate data source and method for a given project. Let's begin by exploring the common data sources. Data can come from a variety of sources depending on your goals and the type of analysis you're conducting. Here are some of the common data sources. Number one, we have the internal data sources. An internal data is one that you generate within your organization and is often stored in systems like databases, spreadsheets, or CRM platforms. Examples include sales records, customer information, inventory levels, and employee metrics. This kind of data is highly relevant to your organization, easily accessible, but may be incomplete or outdated if not maintained properly. Number two, we have the external data sources. External data is one that comes from outside the organization and includes publicly available datasets, government reports, and third-party providers. Some of the examples may include government censuses, including population statistics and demographics, market research with focus on industry trends and consumer behavior, social media, including public posts and engagement metrics, and competitor data, which focuses on pricing and product information. External data sources may have a number of strengths, including they provide a broader context beyond the organization, often free or affordable, but on the other hand, it may not align perfectly with your needs and may require additional effort to integrate with the internal data. Three, we have the real-time data sources, and these include data that is collected as events happen and is often used for monitoring and decision-making. Some of the examples may include sensor data, website analytics, and social media feeds. This kind of data provides up-to-the-minute insights and is useful for dynamic decision-making. However, on the other hand, it can be overwhelming due to high volume and may also require robust tools for processing. Once you've identified your data sources, you need to decide how to collect the data. Here are some of the common methods. Number one, we have the manual and automated data collection. Manual entry involves humans inputting data into a system, such as typing survey responses into a spreadsheet. This is simple for small-scale surveys and data sets, as well as observational studies. It is simple and cost-effective for small data sets. However, on the other hand, it is time-consuming and prone to human error, and also not scalable for large data sets. Automated tools use software to collect and store data without human intervention. Some of the examples include web scraping tools like Beautiful Soup, IoT sensors, and point-of-sale systems. These kind of tools are fast and efficient for large data sets and may also reduce human error. However, on the other hand, they may require technical expertise to set up and may also face legal and ethical challenges. We also have APIs and programmatic collection. APIs allow you to access the data from external sources. For example, with our APIs, among others. APIs provide real-time or near real-time data and are also standardized and reliable. However, on the other hand, they may require programming skills, and some APIs may have some usage limits or costs. We also have surveys and observation methods. Surveys involve asking individuals to provide information through structured questions. The common use cases of surveys include customer feedback, market research, and employee satisfaction. Their strengths include they allow you to collect specific data that is tailored to your needs and also can be distributed both online or offline. However, on the other hand, the response rates may be low, and also responses may be biased or incomplete. We also have observational studies, and these involve collecting data by observing behavior or events without interfering. Observational studies may be relevant when tracking customer behavior in stores or monitoring traffic patterns, and these may provide natural and unaltered data, but may be time-intensive and difficult to control variables. We also have interviews, and interviews are very useful when you need in-depth qualitative insights. And last but not least, we also have focus group discussions. Here you basically conduct interviews to groups of about 6 to 8 people on specific topics. Let's now focus on the approach that you can use when choosing the right data source and method. This depends on the number of factors, and some of them may include: one is the purpose. Here you focus much more on the question that you're trying to answer, as some survey methods may be more appropriate for some questions as compared to others. Number two, we have the scale, and here the question is, how much data do you need? Three, resources, and here the focus is on the tools, budget, and expertise that is available. And last but not least is the ethics, where you have to put in mind the privacy and legal considerations. Let's now have some real-world examples. Imagine you're analyzing sales data for a bakery. For internal data, you can use point-of-sale systems to track daily transactions. And for the case of APIs, you can use a weather API to analyze how weather impacts sales. 3, you can use surveys, and here you can collect customer feedback to identify preferences and areas for improvement. 4, you can also utilize external data. Here you can use government census data to understand regional demographics. And last but not least, you can also utilize real-time data by installing Internet of Things sensors to monitor foot traffic in the store. So let's have a summary of what we've learned. We've learned that data can come from internal systems, external databases, and real-time sources. Common data collection methods include manual entry, automated tools, APIs, surveys, and observational studies. Choosing the right source and method depends on your goals, resources, and ethical considerations. And final, understanding these options helps you to gather high-quality data for analysis. We can now move on to the hands-on activity. I would also love to encourage you to ask questions as well as share your experiences in the lesson discussion. So thank you so much. Let's meet again in the next one.